Yeah, Bergen
Okay.
Field or
I
something.
no
But
no. It's
Corey
okay.
is
I'm gonna
with
look it
us
up
now,
here.
John. So we're going to
Okay.
bring
Okay.
Corey
We'll talk about that
Glover
later.
in right now to the conversation. And what an honor to always speak with this guy. I know we interviewed, or at least I interviewed him a couple years back. And we're going to bring him in right now. Corey Glover from Living Color, guys. There he
How's it
is.
going?
Corey, how are you, man?
Hey.
Good, man. How are you?
So the last time we saw you was at the Iridium when you did a amazing gig. I can't believe it was 2019 with Mike Orlando, and we had a blast that night. And we just wanted to catch back up with you and find out what's going on. I know you've done some stuff with Charlie from Anthrax, but you tell us what you've been up to. And thank you so much for coming on our show.
No problem. I'm working. I'm on doing a project with Mike Orlando, and which just trying to get some more songs together, and hopefully we'll get something out soon. I don't know how soon, but soon.
That's cool because I know.
Go
when
on.
We saw you play live. You played one new song that you guys had
we did
written together, right?
Yes, that we written. We wrote a couple songs, but that was one of the better ones. Yeah, so we're doing some more of that. I'm also have this other band called Disciples of Barity. We put out a record last year, and we're doing a show coming up next month. I believe it's the 26th of June.
Oh,
At a place called Dingbats.
Oh, we know Dingbats.
Clifton. Yeah, absolutely. We know Dingbats. We lost your picture there, Corey. You still hear us?
Let's stand by for a second. I think Corey will be right back. It looks like he had like a little issue with his video, so
yeah,
I suspect he will be back in a few seconds. So sometimes, guys, with this internet stuff, it's a little bit difficult. So you just have to bear with us. God, we had Corey for like a moment.
Our shortest interview ever.
Yeah,
all right.
He's Dingbats and it cuts up. Okay. No, I think we're going to be getting Mark. You might hear the control room in your ear. I don't know if they're saying anything, but
yeah. They said we lost him, and hopefully we'll have him back.
Okay.
I will. I can text him.
Okay. You know what? I thought of it now. I can't believe it. Everybody always says the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Rutherford is the town.
There he is.
Corey, hey, you're back. You're back.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Smitty called, of course.
So give
Mark,
us the update on the Mike Orlando music. Where are you guys with it? Are you?
We're still in the midst of
mixing.
We're still writing and recording. We're really this is pretty much a project between him and I, and we're trying to put together a band. So because this is Mike Orlando is the most amazing guitar player I've ever met in my life. And, I know a lot of good guitar players.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And he is amazing. So you have to find people that match
the caliber of musicianship and power. Wow.
Exactly. So that's part of the process we're going through right now. And as I said, I'm doing another project with these friends of mine called Disciples of Barity.
Yep.
With Corey Pierce.
Is that with Chris Moore?
No.
And Poncho? Different guys?
That was with Lynch. That was
right.
Ultraphonics.
Ultraphonics, yeah. So that was my West Coast project. We're trying to figure out what to do with that, and try to do that again, but who knows what's going to happen. But the Disciples of Barity put out a record last year, and we're going to have a gig. We're actually playing live on the 26th of June at Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey.
Right. We will definitely be there for sure. We love Dingbats, and we'll come anywhere to see you if it's in Jersey or New York or wherever, but we will. I will undoubtedly be there. And Mark is not busy. I'm sure he'll be there too.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. And Corey, then you're going to be doing a tour with Living Color too, right? And Everclear, is that happening?
Yeah, we're doing is Everclear and us and Hoobastank and a couple other bands. It's going to be like sheds and like amphitheaters, pretty much, for the month of July.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then we're gonna take a break in August and come back in September.
That is such great news. I mean, it's so cool to hear. I mean, these are really bands that I considered great. Mark and I both worked at MTV for many years, and when I'm still with the company, but I'm working more for a different division now. But all of your bands were the top bands on the channel when I was in heavy duty MTV mode. So I can't wait to see all of you guys.
That'll be great. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That's it's gonna be very interesting. Haven't played we haven't played anywhere in almost a year. Last time we actually played Living Color played live was in October of last year. We played out in Pennsylvania just before the election. So, it's been a while since we've been out playing, so we'll see what happens.
Right on.
Amazing. And I'm so excited.
One thing I did want to mention is Vivid, the Living Color record, just turned 33 years old. And so many great songs off that record. I mean, one of my personal favorites was Open Letter to a Landlord, but another one was Funny Vibe. And you recently, well, it was probably a year ago at this point, you covered Funny Vibe kind of with Charlie from Anthrax. And it was a really cool version. How'd that all come about, and how'd you pull that off? Did he send you files? How did it work?
I did it from home, basically.
Wow.
He called. He sent me an email saying he wanted to do this project and he wanted me to do Funny Vibe. I was like, okay, how do you want to do it? And he says, basically the way you guys do it. I was like, well, that's not work then. So he sent me the files, and it was basic. It's very basic, and this is at the beginning of the pandemic, so I didn't have anything set up in my house to record except my tablet and a microphone, and that's the way I did it, and it worked.
Wow, that is out of control. That nowadays you could do a studio quality recording from a tablet and a mic. And you remember back in the day, we had to go into big studios. You paid $500 an hour and hired an engineer, and now you're doing it right there, and it sounds killer.
Yeah, that's great. If I had known I could do that, I'd have spent most of my life in my house.
Right, absolutely.
Right on. Hey, Corey, you put out a record about 23 years ago called Hymns, a solo record. Mm-hmm. And there's one song on that record I just love. To this day, I still listen to it. April Rain, such a great, amazing tune. Would you ever consider doing a solo record again? I mean, you have so many different projects you're working with. What about just a Corey Glover record?
I've made Corey Glover records. I made one other Corey Glover record that was not a major label. That I basically sold myself, and that was. It looks like this, called The Pledge.
Nice,
cool.
And continuing in that whole thing and doing a solo record. I want to make another solo record. I was planning on making another solo record last fall. And then the pandemic hit, and everybody was in the house, and nobody wanted to come over and write songs. So it didn't happen. So maybe this year I'll get to writing and recording a new record.
Corey, let me ask you this: you're like an amazing singer, as everybody is aware of. But prior to singing, you were into acting. You were in Platoon, the major movie Platoon, and you did Jesus Christ Superstar on tour. But now, before you got into Living Color and you were pursuing acting, how did you get your vocals like up to where they are? Like, how did you do that? Like, I mean, were you trying to do singing too, or what happened in the early days?
I've been singing since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
I sang in church, and it wasn't something, it was something I always knew I had. Like, it's the thing, not to sound like I'm bragging or anything, but this is the one thing I knew I could do. There's a lot of things I don't know what to do, but I do them anyway. The one thing I do know how to do is sing.
No question.
And So I was never not singing, and I was and to that end, I'm still acting to a certain degree. Where I get bit roles here and there and do theater and stuff like that, which I'd like to do as well. I'm a musical theater guy, is what it is. So
right.
That's what my training is in musical theater. So being in a band is just another acting gig for me.
That's awesome.
Right on.
And
Now,
you know what, Corey? One thing that Mark, I'm sorry, I just got to say one more thing is that the voice is it's such an important instrument, and to me, I don't know if you like if let's say you want to be a guitar player, if you practice forever, maybe you'll be as good as a Vernon Reid or Mike Orlando. But if you're a singer, I don't know if I think you have to have natural ability to get to be a real singer. What do you think? I think you do. I don't think everybody's cut out for it.
No, not everybody is, but everybody can sing. That's the point, though. Everybody can if they want to. The thing about singing is, and at least the way that I approach it, if you sing something with enough conviction and believe in what you're singing, you don't have to have a great voice. You don't have to have a pitch perfect kind of thing. There are lots of singers out here right now that I can point to that aren't really singers, but they deliver what they're singing in a very heartfelt and truthful way, and that's all that matters. If we had the ability to express ourselves truthfully, there'd be a lot more singers out there, I think.
Right. That's awesome. That's good for anybody who is an aspiring singer, that if you really put your mind to it and you give it your all and you believe in what you're doing, you could do it.
Well, that's what's most important, is that you believe the words that you're trying, the feelings and the emotion and the truth of what you're trying to say. And it can't be denied,
Awesome.
There's a bunch of songs I can think of that, that don't rhyme, that aren't particularly sung very well, but you believe them when they say it.
Mm-hmm.
And once you believe them, it doesn't matter how they sound. I believe that song. I believe, I'm always pointing to like Jeremy. None of it doesn't rhyme. Eddie sounds good, but he's not really singing. He's emoting. And that's what's more important than anything else.
No doubt.
Right on.
And everybody can remember those lines perfectly because of the way he executed it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Corey, we mentioned the movie Platoon that you were a big part of. I mean, what an amazing cast. Charlie Sheen, William Dafoe, Forrest Whitaker. I mean, how well did you get to know these people when you were on that movie?
We had to. We spent 3 weeks doing basic training out in the jungle. So we had to live. We dug our own foxholes. We lived on MREs. We went out on patrols, on ambushes every other night for 3 weeks. We did training every day from sun up to sundown, every day.
Wow.
For 3 weeks. So we got to know people, and you sit around and then you start talking to somebody like Johnny Depp and talk about, oh, you're from Florida? Oh, you're a guitar player? Oh, really? We should do something. Whatever. I'm in a band. You should want to hear my demo? So Before Living Color got a deal, and I kept playing my demo every 5 minutes, and to people, annoying people with it. So so we got to know each other. We really got to know each other. We really, I shared a foxhole with Charlie Sheen. So for 3 weeks.
That is unbelievable. Just what's unbelievable is how cool that is. But the fact that that's how you guys trained for that movie, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Right. Yeah. Well, what they were trying to convey was some realness about it, and what they wanted to talk when we didn't have hotels. We didn't have hotels in those 3 weeks. We had that hole. We had, we lived. Like when we got out of the jungle, that the first day of shooting, it looked like a real sort of platoon A real
Man.
bunch of guys from 1968 that just came out of the jungle and in a time tunnel. And so
that is unbelievable.
We were hardened. And, the guy who trained us, his name is Captain Dale Dye, U.S. Marine Corps, retired. Hoorah. He told us what we're looking for is that 1,000-yard stare. That's that kind of thing. Like, you've been through so much bullshit that, sorry if I cursed.
That's all right.
That nothing mattered. Nothing ever mattered. That you had this look that looked through you rather than at you. And we got to it. There's a scene where the camera goes past all of us, and all of us are just looking past the camera. We're not even looking at the camera. And you can see that look in our eyes, like, we've been through it, and we're gonna go through it.
That is unbelievable. What an amazing story, Corey. Thanks so much for telling us that. I didn't know that. That is out of control.
Yeah,
out of control.
Very, very powerful film too. If you haven't seen it in a while, Platoon. Yeah.
Hey, Mark,
do you go back and watch Platoon? Do you go back and listen to Vivid? How often do you revisit the art from your past?
I only watch Platoon if I flip past it.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, oh shit, that's me. And then I watch 15 minutes of it and I turn away. With Vivid, every now and then I have to listen to a song, and all it does is bring me back to when we recorded it and what I was thinking about then and how naive I sounded. Not even but how young and simple I sounded. And it's, just thinking back to the time us recording that, or the time when us making this music and recording it and writing this music in this cold water apartment above a refrigerator repair place in Bushwick, Brooklyn, with the L train going by every now and then, and to go from that to, the success we had with it was amazing.
Absolutely. You guys put out some great music back in 2017. Is there any plans for Living Color to do any new music?
Yeah, we are in the midst of going into like a rehearsal place just to figure out what we can do and what we want to do. We have an idea. We have a simple idea that we need to expand upon. And, we haven't been around each other. All of us are fully vaccinated. So now we can be around each other. And this way we are free to really go in without having to worry about each other.
That's amazing. We can't hear. I can't wait for the shows, and we can't wait to hear what you're doing. And Mark, I'll let you close it up, but I gotta ask Corey. I gotta just tell you one little fanboy thing. That this has got to be between 25 and 30 years ago. So probably more like 26, 27 years ago. I was walking in Jersey City, New Jersey, in an area called Newport, and we had a mutual friend from MTV News, and named Abby, and I ran into you, and I was like on top of the world because I can't believe I ran into Corey Glover from Living Color.
Right. Abby Kears.
Yeah, absolutely.
Abby Kears, who worked for MTV News, is a really good friend of mine, and she lived in Jersey City for a little while. And I come by and see her every now and then, and like I'm taking the PATH train to Jersey City.
Yep, exactly. That's Mark and I both lived over there.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was weird. I'd hang out with Abby, and she had another friend of ours that we all three of us hung out. It was cool. It was very cool.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen Abby Kears in I don't know how long. If anybody knows where or how Abby Kears is, please let me know.
I will find out. I will find out. Yeah, I will definitely find out. Both Mark and I were great friends with her, and I even helped Abby move once. So, that's how good friends we are. So when you have somebody move that means you're really good friends. You know, so
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
Right
Corey,
on.
thank you so much. Corey, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to see you at Dingbats for sure, and then
Definitely.
I can't wait to the big tour with Hoobastank and you guys, and who you said one other band, Everclear.
Everclear.
Yeah, that's going to be great. So, and I'm happy to hear a real tour's happening. That's big news.
Yeah, it's a real tour. It's, you know, it's gonna be it's you know it's gonna be it's gonna be fun to do. Get back on back on the horse again.
I
Right
love
on.
it. Corey, thank you.
stay safe.
Please keep in touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Corey. Take care.
All right, now.
Good luck.
Corey. Thank you.
Corey Glover of
That was awesome.
Living Color.
Thanks,
guys.
Corey.
Yeah, such a great band. And I mean, yeah, we didn't really even get to talk to him about his stuff that he's been working on with George Lynch. But if you haven't heard that, guys, Ultraphonics with George Lynch and Corey Glover have a great record, Original Human Music. And that came out back in 2018. I'd love to see them do some more stuff together too.